Hey YouTube. So I'm coming on here. Yes, my hair is all wonky and wacky. Um, I'm coming on here to give some updates. Every time I try to fix it, it just kind of does something else. On our whole situation. It's been really dynamic for me, especially since November. I've been a stay-at-home medical mom for 15 years. My daughter's been on life support. She has spinal muscular atrophy type 1. The #1 genetic killer in infants is what it's called. There's been a lot of battles at the Stollery Hospital, a lot of battles for the rights of her life, things like that. My son, Caleb, had been born after, and he was SMA free, born with Williams syndrome and hydrocephalus, which we found out about 18 weeks of my pregnancy. And then it just kept escalating. Like, they were like, okay, we've got a small cerebellum. And then they were like, oh, he's got Williams syndrome after he was born. And then when he was sick, I was saying he was sick, and everybody's like, no, you're a hypochondriac, and it's in your head. And he ended up dying on Father's Day or declared brain dead on Father's Day from a viral pneumonia that attacked his heart. He was sick. He had the symptoms. It was right. Currently, I went through cancer, and Hugo, yes, was running through taking care of me, the girls, and stuff like that, trying to work in between, and had 4 layoffs during the economy fall down in the oil and sands from the Alberta industries and stuff like that. And there was a time when the Fort Mac fire happened, and the bank was supposed to put 4 months of our term of our mortgage at the end of the term. Scotiabank was supposed to do this, and somebody forgot to hit enter on all this, and it ended up putting our whole family, this was for the bank, for the truck and the home. And during the time, like you can see, like where I have my scar there, when I had my surgery, was when they come pick up the truck, and then we slowly started finding out all the stuff that the bank didn't put the 4 months behind at the end of the term, and all this stuff, and all these other things were happening. I've been trying to find a home. I've been trying to do applications. I've been trying to figure this whole situation out, trying to figure out where all our stuff is going to go, what's going to be suitable for Anna and all her medical equipment that we have and supplies. I've been crying so bad that my eyes feel like they're going to start bleeding pretty soon. I feel like I'm in absolute disbelief. I'm in literal shock half the time, trying to figure out what all happened, and why can't I get ahead, and why can't I be ahead of all of this? I knew this was happening. I seen it coming. I seen us spiraling, and I seen Hugo not wanting to try anymore, and just giving up, and and just putting it all on my shoulders. Oh, you're gonna be blamed for this, and you're gonna be blamed for that, and I don't care if I'm going to be blamed for anything. I just want our family to have a home, to be able to medically care for our daughter, to go on a retreat, to have a rest, to have a break. I've told for 15 years, I've said, I am tired, I am exhausted, I need a break, I need rest. Work 15 years of your life nonstop every day in your home, night, day, sleep, move, go, never take a day off. Just go on one holiday to Jasper overnight, and go on one overnight in 15 years to a Christmas party in Fort Mac. Never be able to really go and just take rest or have a family vacation or the normalcy that we need, and be here every single day, 15 years, devoting your entire life. And your partner gets to go hunting, your partner gets to go to work, they get to have social co-workers, they get to have all these things going on. Oh, I'm going to the Christmas party, and okay, good, have fun. Girls and I are going to do this, and I'm going to do Anna's care, and I'm going to do her meds, and we're going to wait till you come home, and hopefully, guess my neighbor's kid's screaming. Guess we're going to wait till you come home, and we can have all this fun. I don't even know what they're screaming about. That's weird. Oh, I guess somebody's having a meltdown. They're okay. Mama's under control's there. I haven't seen my youngest for 2 weeks. I feel like my whole family is displaced from this whole situation. It's been so chaotic, and it's very diverse and very hard to explain. And like I said, you want to go on YouTube, you want to be like, okay, let's make this positive, we can make this work, we can make things go, and we're awesome at this stuff. And then we started doing good, and it's just everything started snowballing even more. And every time I feel positive about something, Hugo is completely opposite of it. We're two people that just keep going in two different directions with different thoughts, opinions, beliefs. It's been really hard for me as a mom. Hugo, what are we gonna do with all this stuff? What are we gonna do with the house? What are we gonna do with the dogs? What are we gonna do about the bills? What are we gonna do about the mortgage? How are we gonna find a way to live? Where am I gonna find a place to live for the kids? What are we gonna find suitable for the kids? But never an answer back. It's always, oh, you're fighting. You want to start a fight. Oh, you're annoying. You just complain. You just complain. Like, you're pathetic. Like, it doesn't stop. That's not normal. Couples should be like, okay, this is what we're going to do, and this is how we're going to snowball this, and this is how we're going to make sure we save our family home. We're going to make sure you get rest. We're going to make sure you have a break. We're going to make sure you have time to yourself. We're going to make sure we go on a family vacation. I haven't seen my daughter in 2 weeks, but he can go and see my daughter. Our daughter. Our daughter's had to have a timeout because we fight too much. Nobody's saying, hey, you guys need to go into counseling and therapy. And he's like, oh, what good's that going to do? Well, it's going to work on your relationship and the things that you didn't want to work on in the beginning, and things that you have to address, and things that we have to face instead of avoiding them. My children are highly involved, and I started a GoFundMe under my own self, my own name, because I'm a single medical mom, and I'm lost, and I have less than a month to figure out how to get a home. I've been trying to get income. I just got Alberta benefit cards on February 9th approved, and then they're denied, saying that I have benefits. I have no benefits. $375 later for her medication. I don't have any benefits. I don't have any coverage anywhere. And it's just been hard. So I take that. No coverage. I finally get approved. February 10th, denied. Saying I have coverage. I have no coverage. Filling out other applications, people are like, oh, you're approved on this application. I call supervisors. No, you're not approved. Well, you're approved. It's open. It's active. It's blah, blah, blah. But you need a place. You need an address. And a home. I can't because I'm with Hugo, and we have this medical daughter, and we're both trying to figure out this whole situation. And it's almost like overnight, my life just, I woke up from this brain bleed, and everything was just turned inside out. The whole function of our home, the routines, everything that you're trying to build is just gone. And I'm trying to apply for apartments and anything that I can get my girls and I into. And it's been a very lonely journey. The sad part is I'm not the only mom out there who goes into these situations, and you fill out all these applications and you try to do this, and you gotta wait a week and a half for a phone call, and you gotta wait another week and a half for that phone call, and 5 people tell you to call this place and call that place, and you got 10 more people you gotta call because you need that one more little piece, and then you finally get it and it gets denied, and you work your ass off for all these applications. You work your ass off to say, look, I'm trying to figure this out. And nobody can just say, okay, hang on, I'm going to help you. And it's going to be okay. You got this. And when you finally got it, you mess it up all over again. I don't even know how all that happened. I don't even know where my partner went or if he was even there the whole time, and I have to sort out all these triangles. Has he hated me this much this whole time that he just wanted to make sure I get so destroyed that I nothing left inside my heart no more. I overcome suicide when I was 15 because my parents were constantly fighting. There was so much fighting and so much negativity, and you just feel like you're just this burden in this world. And then my boyfriend passed away, and I felt like it was all my fault because I should have stayed, and I didn't, and just things just kept spiraling. And and I ended up, this friend of mine's like, oh, you shouldn't be here, you should be, you know and you think these people are your friends. And I literally just could not mentally take everything going on at 15. Everything that was happening everywhere. Some friends, there was a friend of mine who, there was just so many things happening to so many people and myself at that time. And it wasn't just the loss or the grief, it was like friends, things happening to people around me. And it was just so much for myself to intake. And then finally, 18 or 19, I finally get out of my parents' home, start making a life for myself. And I partied, and I kind of messed up a little bit here and there because I had freedom. And like any teenager, you take that freedom and you just run with it, and you start building this life because the world's at your feet. And then get in this relationship, and this relationship's up and down, things are good. You finally move into this apartment. You move both you and your boyfriend into this apartment, and then all of a sudden you're a piece of crap, and you're like, I just spent all my money to move us into this apartment. And break up, you reconcile, and then next thing you know, you're like, okay, no, this isn't good. This relationship is no good. And you get ready to break up with them, and you find out you're pregnant. And you're further along pregnant than you think you are. You didn't even realize you've been pregnant all these months, or a few months, or whatever. You had no clue. And I was taking my birth control. And, even he would ask me in the mornings, did you take a pill? Yeah, I did. And, oh, I forgot, I got to grab it. And I take it. And I know, because he would remind me every morning. And, you work hard and stuff like that. And then you find out you're pregnant, and then you're like, I can't. Well, now if I leave, I've got this child with no father. And, what if he's really wants to be involved? What if he doesn't? What if I really ruin this? And you have so many things. Okay, now this isn't just my decision anymore. And it was really difficult. And you have this beautiful child, and you're like, okay, I'm going to do my best. And you finally start doing really good. Get your own home, paying your own mortgage. We did go into a rent-to-own together. Unfortunately, our relationship didn't work, because every time you turn around, I got to pay money to this person. He owes money there. He owes money there. And this person's coming to my work saying he owes money. Knocking on the door on my days off. Oh, he owes me money. And doesn't even tell you about all this. And so then all these extra finances are going out the door to all these people that you owe money to. And you've already done the budget. Anyways, it didn't work out. We moved on, and and there was a lot going on even when I was pregnant, and started doing really good. And it took me a long time before I got into another relationship. I mean, I started dating somebody eventually, maybe a couple of years or a year later after I was single. And I had a year-long relationship with a priest, which is kind of funny, or a pastor. And he took me out for supper a year later, telling me my son's too much baggage for him, with my son sitting across the table, at the dinner table, and said, I got to end the relationship because your son is too much baggage for me. And at that point, I'm like, you're not even worth my time to even consider the fact that you couldn't even just talk to just me individually. Like, the way it was said, it was ruthless and cold. So I was like, okay, whatever. Moved on and kept rebuilding my life. And then, see my mom come around the corner of VLT machines, or if I go out and, I'd think about my mom, and I'd be like, no, I can't have a relationship. So I turned relationships down, and I made sure people would understand that it was a clear no. I ain't having you in my life, because it's very difficult to explain my mother and her VLT addictions and need for gambling and the way she comes after me or my past traumas. And then Hugo comes along. No, don't worry about it, Lisa. It's not a big deal. It's not a big deal. It's not a big deal. And part of me wonders, is there a past history of his patterns? Past history of my patterns? And it's the thing that people don't understand is that we all look at a person and we'll be like, oh, they're just angry. That's it. But we never look at what's causing their anger. What caused them to be that person? What is causing them to cause these issues? And it's funny because you can really see when somebody doesn't want to work on themselves and they really push to avoid everything to be a bigger picture around everybody else but themselves for their own action and consequence, for their own needs of what they do truly need to fix. And they know they do, but they just want to avoid it because they're done. I don't know, somewhere inside of them they feel it's no need. So February 9th, and it's really hard because I wish I could explain our whole story from beginning to end. Take you guys on all the journey, and you would have seen like when we were planting gardens and going for walks, and things were good and we were happy and content. And then to the point where started getting too many dogs, which is another thing that we're going to have to figure out, is that we have 9 border collies, majority and social, especially since during the time of COVID. We became more isolated, so we stopped going to the dog parks and stuff as much. And our dogs are only socialized with our nurses or people that we can socialize and get them familiar with. And so now I have 9 dogs who need to find a home, border collies. And little Lulu, is amazing. They're so amazing. So if there's anybody out there that is looking for a companion and is really wanting to work with them and and really engage and say, look, I need a new project in my life and I need a new companion, and you find this suitable, reach out to us. And little Lulu is amazing, guys. You see how cute she is. Just look through my shorts. Not my real shorts. My short shorts on the YouTube shorts, But yeah. Anyway. It's been really hard to figure out what is going, what is staying, what is packing, where am I putting stuff, what storage am I going to have, what storage am I not going to have, what medical equipment, and how am I going to put all the medical equipment in the proper place, which dogs will stay, which dogs will go. I'm so exhausted. There's so much on my shoulders to figure out. And when I try to talk, or it's been like that every time I try to say, why can we not fix this? We need to fix this. It's a fight. I'm complaining. It doesn't work when you can't get the other person to work with you. And then they tell everybody that they are, and you're trying to figure out where or how, or I don't know. And it's not fair to all the other people involved. All the people that had been trying and all the people that wanted to do the better in their life and just got dragged down to nothing. This is so complex. And part of me puts this on here because I'm not the only one who goes through these situations, and I'm not the only woman, I'm not the only man, I'm not the only person who's facing such. It is cruel. It's really cruel. To lose your home. Everything trashed. Not taking the right help. When you try to get the right help. Not yelling and pushing it away. Literally sit down with everyone to work with it. Opportunities. And our opportunities, it's just we're separating now. 16 years of everything I've known. In good ways and bad, but 16 years of my life. Just poof, gone. Just like that. Just poof, gone. And it's not the first time. I flipped my life overnight, doing what I can for my daughter. Just trying to figure it all out. All of a sudden you have your child you're thinking ballet lessons and swimming and all these things. You were never thinking spinal muscular atrophy type 1. And then the next one to have Williams syndrome and hydrocephalus. And a viral pneumonia. And the other 2 you want to protect as much as you can. And life never gives you an opportunity. And when you get an opportunity, the other person doesn't feel that it's efficient that way. And you're like, no, we need to go this way. If we don't, it's not going to work. And it's true. And all you can do is see, I told you so, but it has no justice of it. No justice in the end of it. Because the I told you so is reality now. And everybody's like, oh, she's just this, she's just that. But nobody says that mom's been trying to make sure that her kids have a home. The bills are paid. Needs are met. And it's been really hard. I feel like the world has been against me right now. I feel like I have this whole world that has me picked out and labeled. I never really spent the time to understand. So it's been really hard trying to find apartments and just 15 years of not working, being a medical mom. Like I'm talking like feeding tubes, learning how to do an IVAD port, trach care and vent care and all that stuff, medical care. Guiding teams, fighting for the right nurses. And in the end, you just feel like you're nothing. You're just this useless person in the end that never mattered to anyone. Never mattered enough. I'm going to end it here because I have a lot of packing to do. From here on in, I have homes I have to look for in a very short span of time. Dogs to figure out how to home. And I feel like I just need a little bit more time to figure it out. And I don't even have that. I can't explain how hard this has been. So much loss, so much grief, and it doesn't stop. And I can't have a peace of mind because like doors, the dog's barking. Come on, has to go out. Needs this, needs that. Got to drink there, chew this. I don't get a rest. I don't get a break. No, guys, out. It's like this all day long, and then I get told I can't function because I have 9 dogs and a medical fragile child to take care of when I'm at home alone. Doesn't make sense to anyone or to me. This border collie business and people calling and emailing and puppies to take care of. It's a lot of work for just me. And then everyone's like, oh, she doesn't function, but I need you to email. I need you to do this. I need you to do that. I need you to do, I need you, I need you, I need you. And you're running and you're running and you're running, only to be told that you're useless and pathetic at the end of the day. And you just try your best to know it's all I can do. It's all I can say. Anybody that's going through difficult times or moments is that you just got to go one step at a time and take it day by day. Really dispute the bad and just take it and just throw it and somehow and just keep reminding yourself, like, I've got this step done. Not one step. Step one done. The rest will come. The rest will happen. You got this. You can do this. It's just how and when. And it just seems like for those sometimes when you step into this one pit, it just keeps going and it doesn't stop. But sometimes you can get a good step in and make a world of difference for that moment. But it's getting there. And the way the systems in our Alberta systems are so heavy, so overwhelmed. You can see why there's such a high percentage of homeless people out there right now. So many people with so many issues. Because the help is so deceiving and so behind. Week and a half it took for my worker to call me. And I was a priority call. One of them. And I've got pages of numbers to call, other books, open up my wallet, more numbers. But I'm no further today almost than I was yesterday. Anyway, it is like I'm complaining, but I don't know what to do because it's a serious matter. It is a serious matter when you lose your home and you have a child with high medical needs and another child who has needs and yourself who's going through grief and loss and complex PTSD, health conditions, and you just need a moment to heal and you don't feel that. And life just doesn't give you that moment. We currently lost so much right now. And it was funny because during the economy fall down when we lost our truck, the guy at the bank said to me, well, at least it's only your truck. And I said, this is only the beginning. So now I have no idea where my beginning ends or starts or nothing right now. It's very uncertain. And that's the scariest part, is living in an uncertain moment. And not knowing, are you going to be okay? Can you really carry all this by yourself again? You got the energy in you this time around. It's only round 3. Lisa, you got this. You did this when you were 19. You did this when you were 12. You did this when you were a single mom at 20-some years old. You did this. You're doing this again. And it's been really hard to make YouTube the way I really wanted to make it. Very positive, uplifting, show you guys how medical care is maintained at home, that you can have a life, that you can enjoy the quality of life. But unfortunately, I had someone who has a whole different idea, a whole different aspect of what change and good and positive and what people can do and can make of life. Go in a whole different direction. And that has been really hard. So for those of you who have shared or, help support our GoFundMe. Thank you to the supporters. Thank you to all our viewers and subscribers. Thank you for taking the time to be with us or watch our videos. Help start bringing and uplifting our channel. That has given me some sort of boost. I kind of fell down for a little bit and feel like, what's the point? What's the point? I'm done. I'm finished. But I'm not. I just need to find a little bit of energy at the time. I just need to find a little bit of me and keep going. And just try to be positive about the situation. That I myself will have time to work on just me. Maybe because I have 2 kids. And it's not just me. Because I have 2 people that are a part of me. And always were. From the day we brought them into this world. So it's been really tough. So again, YouTube, anybody who's really willing to put full engagement into any of our dogs, reach out to us, let us know. The GoFundMe is floating around. There's some help there, so I'm just hopefully we'll be able to use some of it for a damage deposit, for a rent, to get into somewhere, and then figure the rest of it out as we go. And it's been really real and really tough. And I feel like I am the most unsupported person in my whole universe. At the same time, the most supported, so I don't know. It's so hard to explain. To be in a world where you don't belong. And just not know how to get out and start that new again. Everybody can give you a suggestion and tell you how easy it is, but in reality, it's not like that. You don't just pack up your shit and go. You gotta literally clean the deck, rack the sails. You gotta make sure the wind is right. And you gotta take everything one step at a time, and it's hard. Because at the same time, you're just trying to absorb everything that is happening at the same time. That you gotta push and push and push. It's a long journey, and it's a hard world. And it's gonna be just one step at a time. And currently, that's what I'm trying to do. And the one thing that our family could use right now is really strong prayers. Supports, likes, I don't know. Whatever I can do in the meantime. Again, one step at a time, and thank you to all our viewers, and thank you to people who do understand and take time to really try to absorb this and understand it themselves. This is not something you can just give advice to, because it's so much diverse everywhere. So much complexity everywhere you look at this situation. And everybody says it's too complex for them to help or understand or even know what to do with. And I'm just taking it as I go. And again, it's one step at a time.